We're taking a look at Knack. This is Sony Japan Studios' PS4 launch title, and he's an adorable little guy. Looks like he's made out of like a cork and some metal balls and some weird things.
Those are relics.
I'm Andrew Reiner. That was Matt Helgeson.
Hey.
And Ben Reeves is playing for us.
There you go. I'm an expert. First time playing this, actually, but controls well.
What's going on here? Probably couldn't have felt well.
Yeah,
So-
Knack can kind of do that.
Mark Cerny is, was he
puzzle.
the game director on this?
Yep, he's also the platform lead of PlayStation 4, so...
And he said he wanted to kind of create this as a throwback to the 90s platformers that he kind of was a big part of making. Ratchet and Clank,
Yep.
Jak and Daxter.
Going back to even...
Spyro, Crash Bandicoot.
Crash, Marble Madness, when he was like 16, I think he made the arcade game.
Shoot. Which, it's a great heritage.
Double
And,
jump there.
Matt, you reviewed this for us.
I did.
Did he succeed in kind of bringing back that flavor of game?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as you're seeing here, it's definitely... It's an old school type of game. The other thing that I think people will be surprised by, Ben is playing on...
Don't be surprised by me playing.
No, I mean, you're playing on normal, and obviously it's got a little bit of old school challenge. It's not an easy game, even on normal. I've probably died about as much as I've died reviewing any game for quite some time.
I can confirm this by the profanity that came through my wall as Matt was playing it.
I would say that it's well balanced. I wouldn't say that it's, unduly or frustratingly hard, but it's definitely a good challenge, and you probably, I guess you die more than you're accustomed to dying in games. And actually, if you play it on hard mode, and Cerny's talked about this, I mean, the hard mode is very hard. So if you're up for a real challenge, so you see a lot of the old school
I'm
kind of...
so impatient.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
But these are all kind of classic era platforming kind of things, moving
Yeah,
platforms.
why would anyone ever design a room like this or a series of hallways like this?
Yeah, that's kind of the beauty of it. They definitely go in for that old school video game thing where it's just, stuff happens just because that's the way it is. And they thought it was fun gameplay.
It looks pretty simple right now, just kind of going from room to room, hitting a couple enemies.
Yeah.
Is that kind of how the game is?
As it kind of advances, the cool thing about this game really is you'll see even now the little Knack character, he's accumulating these things called relics. These are sort of ancient stones that power this world from a mysterious source, and
That doesn't
he
look
kind of grows bigger. The cool thing that I think is sort of maybe the most next-gen kind of thing about this, as opposed to the old-school platformers that inspired, is the fact that Knack does grow. You're seeing him grow now. You'll see Ben has kind of larger arms and legs. It's more of a humanoid kind of character now. As the game goes on and you get to outside areas, there's areas of this game where you are a giant. I mean, you're probably 4 stories tall, and some of the enemies that were really giving you trouble earlier, you're just smacking them around like they're nothing.
I made it.
Hey, you're really pushing your luck here.
I gotta hurry. It's electric fields here. I have unlimited lives.
Yes. Matt, I would say nothing about this look here says next gen to me. Maybe some of the sheen on the
Yeah, a little
glass
bit of
and
the
stuff
sheen.
like that.
Knack
Maybe a
himself-
little better, but
Yeah, Knack himself, when you see him in his huge kind of like 3-story, 4-story tall form, is pretty cool because he is, as you can see, made up of individual little, physics-based objects that kind of are all held together by that orb in the center. But yeah, I think it's unapologetically an old school game, and I found that enjoyable. You don't see games
That's
like
great.
this anymore. And Ben asked, it's unlimited lives. It is hard. You will die, but it checkpoints frequently, so you're not going to get in a situation where you run out of lives like in an old Mario game and you have to complete the whole world. You're not going to lose a lot of progress. So that kind of, for me, helped it, not be as frustrating as it could have. But
what was that, his friend?
yeah,
oh no,
see
it's gonna be
there's
him.
Knack's. Knack's getting big now.
Look at
there
him.
you go. Yeah.
Looks tough now.
So I kind of like the changing scale is cool. It gives them, a little bit dynamics in gameplay. And there's times where you can kind of press a button, I think the triangle button, to kind of go between the small and large forms. Like you use the small one to sort of sneak past some laser grids, and then you instantly go back to the big form to battle some enemies. Okay, here now this dodge move, that dodge move is really important. That you saw there. Let him kind of bend.
See if I can. Yeah, get out of here.
That dodge move that kind of got a war on the right analog stick. That's really, really, really important because the bigger enemies, there's a ton of one-hit kills. They hit you with their big club or sword, and you are just dead. So Learn to use that dodge effectively.
I did not expect Knack to get compared to God of War, so that's an interesting comparison.
But you know what I mean? Like the combat's, in a less, I guess, brutal way. No,
Right.
See if this guy, there. You get that little kind of window of opportunity to dodge.
Yeah,
Dodge right
don't
into
punch the grenades, Ben.
Yeah.
Don't?
No.
See?
Or don't
Yeah.
walk into them?
Matt, let's get this a little context here. There's a bunch of people watching Knack either take bullets to the face or beat up these robots. What's going on here in the story?
Yes. Okay. Knack is the creation of this professor, and he found a way to use these relics that are found in the world that society uses as a sort of a source of unlimited power to power their society. He sort of made them into this sentient being called Knack. The plot basically hinges on this invasion of the trolls. The trolls were an ancient, sort of a race that was around before humans. They were sort of banished to the sort of outlying territories. They're generally very primitive, and they live in the very sort of desolate zones away from the cities. Don't have a lot of technology, very troll-like in that fashion.
Is his vision of the trolls? He looks...
No.
Doesn't look human. He looks...
No, he doesn't really look like the trolls either. He's just got a Knack look. But the thing of it at the beginning of the game, you'll see the trolls all of a sudden have this invasion of a human city, and all of a sudden they have like really elaborate, sci-fi airships and tanks. So the humans are very afraid because they've always been very primitive, and now suddenly they have this unknown source of really high-tech weapons, and they're obviously looking to exact revenge on humankind. So the game basically starts out with Knack, the professor, a couple other characters, one sort of an Indiana Jones adventurer named Reiner with a Y, and some other people to go see, investigate the trolls, see where they got this technology, and that's where the adventure kind of begins. There's a lot of twists and turns. Some are a little bit, predictable, but I thought overall it was a fun story. You do get these power moves, which are very cool. This is the shockwave. You'll use that a lot. Another way that the game sort of self-balances, even though it is pretty difficult, is you'll see those little yellow gold circles up there. That's your power meter. So each one of those can be a super move. If you're dying a lot, those shards of yellow crystal are all over the world, and when you die, you'll actually keep the yellow kind of it's called sunstone energy that you saved. So if you die a bunch of times and you can keep hitting some of those stones, you can sort of build up your power meter, and eventually you'll have enough to use a power move on the guys that have been stopping you. Yeah, go get them. Always
go with these right here.
Remember to always harvest this stuff. Another tip I would say for people, especially in the later levels, by all means, don't use those power moves lightly. Very much try to save them for the boss battles. There's some fairly tough boss battles. If you can get by the routine kind of enemies without using them, that's the ideal situation.
You don't need any more.
I want them, though.
Save them. Don't use that.
I think it was telling me to use it, wasn't it? It says press circle.
No. Here we go. This one's cool. This one's very cool.
So when you hit circle and square.
Yeah, do it. You almost become this kind of tornado.
Ooh,
yeah, when you're huge, this one's really cool. And that's kind of a cool little next-gen graphical touch.
So they ever say, Knack, you got a knack for that? Ever make that dumb joke?
I don't know if they incorporated street comedy into
it. You got a knack for fashion.
Maybe you could be like a street comedy consultant with games.
Next time they need it. And you think this series has like a future, or you think it's like another kind of like Blinks, the Time Sweeper kind of situation?
I don't think anything's got Blinks the Time Sweeper in it anymore.
Gosh. I would say, I enjoyed this game. I liked playing it. I found it sort of refreshing. Yes, as you can see, it's probably not the game that you're going to use to like showcase your new PlayStation 4's graphics to your friends. It's not the splashiest looking game, but I think it's a fun game. I don't know how you feel right now, Ben, about the basic combat, but I think it's solid and it's dialed pretty well. It definitely adds some new wrinkles when you're facing more large and dangerous enemies.
Kind of reminds me of Cameo, just that vibe. Not that they're similar in gameplay, but I'm just kind of getting that vibe.
Yeah, I don't know how marketable.
Look at the tough guy coming in here.
Yeah, there you go.
When I first saw the trailers and saw the character, I was like, man, he looks kind of dumb. But I mean, it doesn't look too bad now. I don't know
No.
if they changed it at all or if it's just I've grown accustomed to them. But
Yeah, and I frankly at E3 I played this and I didn't feel right to me, and it definitely made a big improvement I think in these last few months, and it felt pretty well tuned. I know Reiner, you liked it a little better than I did at E3, but I definitely came around on this. And you know what? Hey, it's a new IP. It's a new game. It's not just an up-resed version of a current gen game. So I hope people give it a chance on PlayStation 4. And I certainly liked my time with it. You know, I don't know if these games are still the type of games that move a lot of units in 2013.
Well,
but
you know, it's hidden at the right time. It's a new IP in a launch lineup that is heavily weighted with sequels.
Yes. Yeah, so maybe people will buy one of the big games and then take a chance on Knack. But it does have a nice look. I mean, in these cutscenes, you see a lot of detail on all that shrubbery and stuff. That's definitely...
Taking on RoboCop.
yeah, take that.
Nothing.
I do like the art style, like kind of cartoony anime.
Yeah, kinda animated
And we
movie.
just talked over a cutscene there, Matt. How is the story overall? You detailed it for us, but I mean, is that a part of the allure to this experience, or is
I
it
think
just
that
kind
the
of there?
story, it's entertaining. I mean, I think that, you know, you're going to predict a few of the plot twists, but, you know, I like the dialogue overall. It was fun. It definitely serves its purpose of kind of, you know, sending you on this big adventure. Here, I think you're going to learn another...
Ooh,
Ha!
yeah, take that.
Oh,
Oh, he's still not dead. Why isn't he
I
dying?
mean,
That's
keep
to the
in mind, this is the
face.
tutorial level. How many times do you die this many times in a tutorial level?
and on hard, it's like one hit kills.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
one
there's a
hit
lot
death.
of... Actually, even on normal mode, there's tons of one-hit kills. You'll even see some one-hit kills coming up here, probably with some of the larger enemies. I mean, they'll just, you know, smack you with a big club, and you'll just... It's kind of cool when he, like, shatters into a million pieces like that.
If they can hit me.
Are we going to see Knack get to full size in the tutorial, or is that something people have
That's
to wait and see?
something you'll see down the road. And
Okay.
it's pretty fun because, you know, these guys that might be giving you some fits right now, when they just kind of come up to your ankle and you can just, like, smack them around with one punch, it's a good feeling. You know, the people that have sort of tormented you earlier.
Barrage of relics.
Come on, Ben, you can do this.
There you
Nice.
go. There you
Yeah, look at that.
Get your yellow juice.
Oh, what?
He's even capable of
Whoa.
striking multiple targets.
go. Here, Ben, go to the right here. Smash that wall.
Oh, hidden secrets.
secrets.
You know, Matt, I also played. I'm almost done with the iOS version of Knack, which gives
Oh, the
me
Match
power-ups.
3 game?
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a cool
free.
idea.
And then you get items to use in the game.
Yeah, these are different, you know, transmuter will, I guess, give you more energy. The other nice thing that's kind of cool is you can trade items with your friends. So if you found a bunch of one item, you can give it to your friend who might need that last part to complete one of the items. And you can also, like you said, there's a Match 3 mobile game that you can also earn items in. So
And you can see Ben just earned it a trophy, very much the same system as
Yep.
PS3.
Mostly I just like smashing things, honestly.
Look out for that RoboCop. He's got a bat.
Yeah, take that.
And anything else to note, Matt? Obviously, we're not going to show the giant form. You'll have to wait and see that on your own.
there is a co-op game. I would say that it's co-op. It's the bare minimum.
Who do you play as in that?
You play as this other Knack that's silver, and it's not really explained, and it's pretty tacked on in that the other player doesn't even like show up in the cutscenes.
So it's like Iron Man and War Machine for comic fans. Two of the same version, basically, with different
Kinda.
color.
Thing.
Yeah, but it really doesn't seem like they spent a lot of time incorporating that second player. It's clearly just sort of tacked onto a game that's
Do you
obviously
know if
designed
they
around.
alter the difficulty level for the co-op friend, or could that make the game easier?
It does seem like it makes the game easier from what I
Well,
can
there you
tell
go. If you
playing.
get stuck on something.
Yeah, you can, and it's drop in, drop out at any time. But it's weird. They don't do a very good job of, showing you that is a possibility at the beginning. It's not
Secret.
indicated in any of the menus or anything
Get
like
the secret.
that.
Yeah, I think when I was in Germany, Mark Cerny was talking about how the second player was actually invincible. Ah, it's huge. Looks like a cigar.
That has
What?
changed. The second player died, at least when me and
okay.
Cork were playing.
So it's not completely a cakewalk then.
No, but it doesn't. If you say I was the second player and you died, it would reset, back to the last checkpoint. But if you died and I was still alive, it wouldn't reset to the left. So the game you would just spawn back in. So it's kind of in that way, I guess.
So give the second character to whoever sucks.
Exactly.
The
Yes.
idea.
And Matt, you reviewed it for us. The review's up on the site. You should definitely take a look at
Yeah.
that. And that's going to conclude our look at Knack. Again, it's a PS4 launch title, and one of the few new IP in the launch lineup for both Xbox One and PS4. I guess there's some in the indie channels, but on the retail chain, this is definitely one of the newest faces out there.
Yeah.
So thanks, guys, for showing us this. And for all of you watching, as always, thank you. We'll see you on the next episode of Test Chamber.